Hey everyone, so let's talk about something every business owner dreads, the missed call. What if you could guarantee that you never, ever miss a customer call again? Well, today we're diving into AI voice agents. This is the tech designed to make that a reality and, stop potential customers from just walking away for good. It really seems like a simple question, right? But the answer? It's a huge wake-up call. You gotta remember, every unanswered ring isn't just a missed connection. It's a customer literally walking out your digital door and going straight to your competition. So, what's the real price tag on that silence? Okay, brace yourself. For a typical home services contractor, the cost is just staggering. We're talking about $250,000 in lost revenue every single year. Let's do the quick math on this because it's wild. Say you miss 30 calls a month and you close just 20% of those leads. If your average job is about 3,500 bucks, you're losing over $21,000 a month. Do that for a year, and boom, there's your number. And this isn't some rare fluke thing. Not at all. Studies show that businesses, especially in sectors like home services, are failing to answer somewhere between 40 and 60% of their calls. That means almost half of all potential customers are hitting a dead end. It's like having a giant, costly leak in your sales funnel. So if the problem is that big, the solution has to be even bigger, right? This is where the 24/7 AI voice agent comes in. Think of it as an always-on, totally automated system that's designed to make sure no customer ever has to hear a dial tone again. Now, I know what you might be picturing. One of those awful robotic phone trees. Press 1 for sales, press 2 for... No, 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 no. We have moved way beyond that era. Modern AI agents use what's called natural language processing to have real, human-like conversations. They understand what you need instantly. And let's just compare the options, shall we? A human receptionist? Great, but they can cost you almost $4,000 a month, and they're only there 9 to 5. A traditional answering service is a bit cheaper, but their capacity's limited. And then you've got the AI agent. It's on 24/7, 365 days a year, can handle a bazillion calls at once, and does it all for a tiny fraction of the cost. The difference is, well, it's a no-brainer. And these agents, they do so much more than just pick up the phone. They're powerful tools. They can actually qualify sales leads for you, book appointments directly into your calendar, handle all those common customer support questions, and basically act as a full-blown virtual receptionist. This frees up your human team to focus on the really complex stuff. So, how does this magic actually work? How does a machine manage to sound so, well, human? Let's peel back the curtain and look at the simple but pretty brilliant tech that's powering these conversations. It all boils down to this really quick 3-step dance. First, you've got speech-to-text, or STT. This is the AI's ears. It listens and writes down what you say. Second, a large language model, the LLM, acts as the brain. It processes that text, figures out what you want, and comes up with a reply. And finally, text-to-speech, TTS, becomes the AI's mouth, speaking that reply back to you in a natural-sounding voice. So listen, think, speak, all in a flash. But here's the catch. For this to feel like a real conversation, all 3 of those steps have to happen almost instantly. And that brings us to the number one enemy, the single biggest technical challenge, latency. Any delay, any awkward pause, and the whole illusion of a natural conversation just shatters. The goal is a sub-second response every single time. Of course, a slick demo is one thing, but making this tech work reliably in the messy, unpredictable real world of actual customer calls, yeah, that's where the real challenges start to pop up. To really get it, let's listen to the developers who are actually building this stuff. As one Reddit user, LL Founder, points out, the conversation itself is only half the battle. The real work is making sure all the data the AI gathers, names, phone numbers, what the customer wants, gets put into your CRM cleanly and accurately. If you don't, you just end up with a pile of junk data. And building on that, another user, Beneficial Panda 640, highlights that the happy path, when a customer does exactly what you expect, is easy. The true test of any system is how it handles the curveballs. Someone wants to reschedule, they mumble their address, or they ask some totally off-the-wall question that's not in the script. And this brings us to a really key takeaway from the people building these things. This user, safe_flounder_4690, absolutely nails it. A truly robust system isn't just about how good the AI is. It's about having smart, well-designed backup plans for when things inevitably go wrong. So, with all that in mind, the incredible potential, and the very real-world challenges, What's the final verdict? What is the bottom line for a business thinking about jumping in? Look, AI voice agents absolutely excel at specific, high-value tasks. They are perfect for giving you that 24/7 coverage, for handling the 80% of routine questions about hours or prices, for booking appointments, and for filtering out all those annoying spam calls. But crucially, they also know their limits. A good system knows when to say, you know what, this is too complex for me, and intelligently routes that call to a real human. And when you use them right, this leads to an almost unbelievable return on investment, 126x. How is that even possible? Well, think about it. When a service that costs you maybe $200 a month can stop you from losing over $21,000 a month in revenue, the ROI is just transformative. For a small business, that's not just a number on a spreadsheet. That's a new hire, a new truck, or a huge marketing campaign. And this all leads to the final, and I think most important question. If an AI agent can automate 80% of your routine calls, the conversation completely changes. It's no longer about replacing people, it's about empowering them. So, what could your team achieve if they could focus all of their time and energy on just the 20% of calls that are the most complex, the most valuable? The answer to that? Well, it could completely redefine your business.